Hello. So, a friend asked me if I'd read out the first book that I ever wrote, which was published 11 years ago now in 2015. And whereas the other two books I've written, three books really, but the two that I've recently published, Sempre Finding Home and Sempre Believe, fiction with my experiences. The first book I wrote, which is called Goodbyes and Bon Dias, is actually completely autobiographical. So, yeah, I'll read this out. And I'm about to start my summer break from teaching. And although I only do 5 hours a week, it's amazing how much that takes out of your time. So, while I'm reading, it's a very emotional book for me because it is about mine and Stephen's first year in Portugal. And so instead of having me focused on you looking at me, I'll actually kind of reverse the camera and you can look at the view that we've got from our veranda and the upstairs studio apartment thing that we bought this year. No, last year now, yeah. So about a year ago. Right. I first published it with our cover girl Melina, and on the back of this, I'll read what I say here. I said, a word from the author. This book is unlikely to win any literary prizes, but that was never the intention of it anyway. Portugal became a part of my life because neither Stephen nor I had been there, and we wanted a neutral place that held no history for either of us. As we discovered facts about the country, such as Portugal being in the same time zone as the UK, and the diversity of the landscape, which ranges from the warm seas that wash the Algarve's beaches to snowy ski resorts, we began to feel an affinity for the place, and we started looking for a house there. Okay, when I republished it with a different cover, I also added another bit to the back here, and so I'll read that to you. I republished this in, I don't know if it was about maybe 2 years ago. Anyway, I wrote about Portugal at a time when neither of us had smartphones, and I wonder if we would have been quite as communicative with people if we could have just got much of the information we needed by swiping a screen. If we had not learnt some things the hard way, would our language have developed as quickly as it did? And would we have learnt the lessons that helped us grow? Served up with portions of humour and tenderness, are side dishes of frustration and the odd sorrow. I write touchingly about the hidden Portugal that Stephen and I discovered, painting beautiful backdrops with which the reader can have a personal view of the country that we discovered. Historic castles where the Knights Templars had found patronage in a fledgling country, a university that could easily have inspired Harry Potter's Hogwarts, and a revolution provide contrast to stands of verdigris oranges that hang like Christmas decorations amongst waxy leaves, and the plump purple fruit of vines which fill the air with a sweet, musky aroma. Yet the differences between this sliver of the West Coast Peninsula and the UK is only one side of the story. And a surprising tie or two is discovered, such as both countries sharing the same time zone. Okay, so I'll reverse the camera and I'll actually start reading from the original one, I think. Yeah, from the original one that's got Murdy on it.